Hello, my name is Sarah Defoe, and I decided to explore silicone as a design material. And what I found was a myriad of different ways that this polymer is currently being used in design and art. Not only is it being used in design and art, but also in a variety of other fields. Silicone is basically comprised of four different elements: silicon, oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon. And when you take these materials together, you get what's called silicon metal. Silicon metal is then reduced and added with other chemicals to form silicone. But what is silicone exactly? Well, silicone is an organic, inorganic material, which basically means that it can be organic or inorganic, depending on what chemicals are added to the silicon metal mixture. It's comprised mainly of silicon, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon. It's a solid, liquid, or gel. It is also a synthetic compound, which means that it's man-made and cannot be found naturally in the environment. In addition, it has high variability, which just means basically that it has a number of different chemical properties and physical properties. Now, just to name a few of these chemical and physical properties, we have thermal stability, where silicone has a high melting point and a low freezing point. In addition, it's biologically inert, which means that there aren't any life processes that happen inside of the silicone. Now, to demonstrate how all these properties of silicone have helped to bring silicone from an industrial material to a consumer goods market and have helped its success as a material, rubbery silicone bracelets that we all know and love from middle school and the early years of high school brought silicone from being a strictly industrial material into the consumer goods market. And it became a popular product used for marketing for businesses, nonprofit organizations, and charities, and also as a means of accessorizing. And it was so successful as a product because it had high customability. It was able to be cheaply manufactured, and it was able to be manufactured in bulk, basically. So the properties of silicone really helped to advance this product, and it has helped to advance a number of other products made out of silicone. The history of silicone really begins in the 1940s, where there's a rise in silicone as an industrial product. The introduction of poly basically helped for a number of products to suddenly become possible. And from the 1960s to the 80s, we see a rise of popularity in silicone brought about by the space race, basically the United States against Soviet Russia. We see silicone also present more in aerospace technology during this time. And a little fun tidbit is Neil Armstrong's boot that landed on the moon was actually created from silicone. Now, from the 1980s to the 2000s, silicone is more present in cars, and it's also found to be sound absorbent. So not only is it being used in cars in airbag technology, but it's also being used in cars as a means to absorb the noise pollution. Today, silicone is being introduced in commercial and defense applications, and we're just starting to utilize it in combination with biotechnology and chemical engineering. So it'll be really interesting to see what kinds of new technologies will come out of that. Today, silicone has made a huge impact in a number of different industries. I've already talked about how it's made an impact in the automobile industry. It's also been used in the electronics field, the medical field, cosmetics. For example, in electronics, the silicone rubber cases that you put over your iPods or iPhones, like the OtterBoxes, when you drop your phone, basically, the silicone will absorb all the shock and prevent your phone from breaking. In medicine, it's used extensively in a lot of prosthetics and plastic surgeries. And in cosmetics, it's used in Hollywood a lot as makeup artists, as costume design. So it's used in a wide variety of fields with a wide variety of applications. But not only is it used in all these fields, but silicone is also used extensively in the design field. It's used as a model material, a mold, sealant, adhesive. And you can actually see a picture of the model, of it being used as a model, in the upper left corner. That's a photo of a model made out of silicone. And the properties of silicone basically allow it to be used as a model or a product because it has high variability, a lot of flexibility, it's easily customized, it's cheap, and it's really lightweight. It's a really easy product to work with for designers. So why would you choose silicone over something like an organic material? Well, silicone is a lot more durable and it has a lot more longevity than a lot of organic materials. For example, the photo on the upper right corner, you see two cement blocks being sealed by, on one side, a silicone sealant, and on the other, an organic sealant. And the sealant on the left, the silicone sealant, is really intact. It looks almost brand new, whereas the other one is obviously degrading, and it's degrading quickly. And this allows for increased design exploration because you don't have to worry about your material disintegrating so rapidly. The fact that silicone is also weatherproof also helps in its durability because it's able to survive the elements a lot more easily than a lot of other materials. And in addition, silicone is also able to create seamless bonds. And this is especially important when it comes to window design because it allows for increased design exploration again in the position of windows. And it creates a sense of strength and cleanliness to a lot of buildings that they weren't able to have before they used silicone. So we're moving today at a rapid pace towards the era of sustainability, of green design. And a lot of problems that we're having in trying to eradicate are unstable heating and cooling conditions. And in architecture especially, air leakage through windows and doors helps lead to unstable heating and cooling. And in turn, this creates increased energy bills and increased energy consumption. In addition, another problem we're having is the creation of waste and not having anywhere to store it. And having to constantly replace these organic materials that aren't completely biodegradable and using a lot of inorganic materials that can only be thrown away and may not be able to biodegrade. It builds waste and it's also really costly to the environment and to your pocket. So silicone, surprisingly, is a really sustainable way to reduce waste, to improve energy efficiency, to promote plant growth, to increase natural lighting in a building. And silicone helps with all these things. And I'll go through all of them. Energy efficiency. Silicone helps with energy efficiency because it firmly seals together those windows, and so you don't have any of those air leakages, so air can't seep through cracks anymore. So that helps stabilize heating and cooling inside the building, and it reduces energy costs and consumption. The allowance for more windows, because they're able to be sealed more seamlessly, allows for more windows to be created side by side, and that lets in a lot more natural light into a building, which increases productivity and human health and mental health. It makes me feel happy. It creates happiness in the workplace. So in addition, silicone glass weave also helps promote plant growth, and this glass weave is actually a fabric, and it's coated in silicone, and it helps redirect more of the UVA rays towards plants, and it redirects bad sun rays away from the plants, and it promotes plant growth in this way. which overall reduces the CO2 levels in the air and it allows you to breathe in healthier air. So not only is silicone used in design as a means of consumer products, which is why I've mostly been talking about, but it can also be used as a mechanism for social change. Nicholas Slobo is a South African performer, artist, and sculptor who uses his artwork to address hot-button issues in today's world. And one material he uses is silicone. Lobo uses a variety of different materials, including silicone, in his artwork. And many of his pieces are really grotesque. As you can see, they're like really ugly. When you look at them, you're not really thinking butterflies and pretty clouds and grass meadows. And basically, he's trying to demonstrate the social injustices of race, of gender, of sexuality that still exists in the world today. He uses his personal experiences, he draws from his personal experiences to influence his work. And his use of silicone as a way of communicating these ideas is really interesting, and it's a really different way to use a material. And it demonstrates how silicone doesn't necessarily have to be used as a commercial product, as a consumer product, but it can also be used as a way to promote ideas, to promote social change. Now, silicone, to wrap up, has a wide variety of material uses, of characteristics, applications in today's society. It helps to better current products. It helps to create new products. It helps the economy. It is sustainable to the environment. And as a design material, its properties allow for a great amount of flexibility in design. It can also be used as a mechanism of social change in this world to help improve the planet. So silicone has a wide range of material characteristics, a wide range of applications. It's a great material to use in a variety of different fields, especially in design. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. If you have any questions, please try and contact me either through email or commenting on the blog. Thank you.